Bow to each other. Welcome to Intermediate Advanced Tai Chi. Let's begin. So breath and relaxation. Separate the feet. Close the eyes. Press a little bit with the hands. Don't let the arms get tense. Breathe in deeply. Feel the lower abdomen expand. Breathe out slowly. Feel the abdomen go back in. As you breathe, feel the feet relax on the floor. Feel the heel connect in both feet, in each foot. Feel the ball of the foot in each foot. Feel the arch between the heel and the ball of the foot. Breathe in deeply, breathe out slowly. Feel the heel again and feel the outside edge of the foot. Feel the arch between the heel and the outside edge. And feel the connection between the ball of the foot and the outside edge of the foot. You might come across a sensation known as the bubbling well as you relax these parts of the feet. Make sure the knees are soft. Relax shoulders, relax the jaw. And if you're ready, well, let's say sometime in the next minute, begin Embracing Horse, whenever you feel relaxed enough. We'll come out of Embracing Horse 5 minutes from now. Might start again, relaxing in the feet if you're used to going the other way. Feel how the relaxed feet connect to the knees, connect to the hips. Feel the deep breath move through the system. Catch the breath running into some kind of tension. See if you can release that tension. And if you're like me, you might feel the urge to close your eyes, to focus on the different things. That's okay for a little bit, but in general, let the eyes be open. Not like you're staring very intently, like they're soft, like you're taking in the whole scene, even though you happen to be looking through the hands. 90 more seconds. If you're worried, don't worry. I won't leave you in it forever. You might relax the feet. If some other adjustment might have made them tense, if you were trying to get extra knees out and trying to get that right feeling in the feet and got tense. See if you can relax and connect through your relaxation to the rest of your body. Gently release. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Okay. Let's do a few ride the wild horse. I'll do middle distance. You can pick your favorite or do one of each. Do 3. Begin. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Feel your body as a breathing and relaxing machine. Yes, you're going through the postures, but you're not obsessed with doing them perfectly. You're breathing and relaxing, being present in each step. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's review. We go a few ways. Let's go from the top of the form to our part that we were on, like the repeat stuff. Yeah, we'll run that. We'll answer a question or two. See what we need. I can't really see what you need, but I'll take my best stab at it. But first, from cross hands, I'll say the names. Walk through, class pace, not too slow. Still relaxed, still balanced. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Grasp the bird's tail. Oh yeah, you can't see me. I'm on push now. Diagonal single whip. Park the wild horses mane 1. Park the wild horses mane 2. Park the wild horses mane 3. Grasp the bird's tail. Single whip. Four corners. Fair lady works shuttles 1. Fair lady works shuttles 2. Fair lady works shuttles 3. Fair Lady works shuttles 4. Grasp the bird's tail. Single whip. Cloud hands. Cloud hands 1. Cloud hands 2. Cloud hands 3. Single whip. Snake creeps down. Golden rooster stands on left leg. Golden rooster stands on right leg. Repulse monkeys 1. Repulse monkeys 2. Repulse monkeys 3. Slant flying. Lift hands. Strike with shoulder. White crane spreads wings. Brush knee push. Needle at seat, which we have not covered this time around. Okay, let's go review style through, let's do those repulse monkeys again, just for practice, just for continued warm up. Let's go through them all about 3 times. Then I'll add some questions about slant flying, how much lean, we'll talk about the questions when we get there. But let's go through, actually, you know what? Since they're on the moves we're about to practice, let's do the questions first. That way, when we practice, you'll have time to implement whatever answer, assuming the answer makes sense to you. So, okay, first question was, if I recall, is there a lean forward when you're stepping, shifting, turning? If I understood the question correctly, which is strangely harder to do with email. But, so, watch. Short answer is yes. I know. It's short though because it's too simple. So here's the real answer. Watch from this different angle. How could you see it best? Let's do this. Let's see what this gives you. So here's our last repulse monkeys. Follow through. Turning, circling. Now, stepping, turning the toes, shifting the weight, turning the other toes. Okay, let me do it one more time. I think that's the right angle to see what you want to see. I might turn it a little bit. Let's see. I've never done repulse monkeys at this angle in this room before. See how it comes out. All right, extra foot dragging, not really necessary. So, it's going to be a variation on the answer of yes, you lean forward, but only when you sink. So, I'll show you 2 counter examples of wrong, or less correct, let's call it. First will be, I'll show you slant flying if I lean but don't sink. That's lean but no sink. You saw something was off, namely balance, with some other things that were off too. Now, here's sink without lean, which if you understood correctly that you're supposed to have your legs bent and tucked and all this stuff, you would be correct that your legs are bent, but feels terrible, by the way. No one that I've ever seen do Tai Chi does that. But, so those are the two things that go together sort of seamlessly that you might not tell one, you might not see one of them. Right? So in contrast again, here is lean with no sink. Feels like butt out Tai Chi. Here is sink with no lean. It feels just terrible in the body. Feels pressure, I feel pressure in the neck, upper body, hips. And then here's sinking with your lean. I might even exaggerate it, so I'm gonna get a low repulse monkeys, follow through. And then when I'm stepping, there's a natural forward that goes with my step back. And then I don't come up right away. The three-dimensionality of it has me a little bit forward for a moment until the leg turns in and the body. Yeah, head suspended could be your guide as well. Feeling the balance through your posture rather than, I mean, yeah, you have to memorize something to practice, but then once you have something to practice, feeling your balance through the top of your head, through the rest of your body, continuously as you move. Okay. Hopefully that helped and made sense. If not, send me a follow-up question. I do not mind at all if you're like, that didn't help. Here's what I meant. Excuse me. Okay, second question. Let's review the foot placement of hit the tiger. I don't know, it's not always like this, but the hit the tiger foot placement versus double dragon's foot placement. I think that's what the question was. Oh, you know what? That was on the saber. We'll throw it in here just in case someone doesn't have time to watch Master's Path, and we'll talk about it again, and specifically with the slice up and the slice down. Short version is hit the tiger is going to be like that. Hit the tiger. The toe of one foot pointed forward on the same line as the heel of the other foot with the toes pointed out. Hopefully it's clear. And then usually this leg will be bent. This will be straight. Right. And then there's double dragon. I don't need to explain. Diagonal double dragon, though, even though it's just double dragon rotated 45 degrees, it can be a little hard to visualize. So there's an approximation of where the feet will go. And that would be that if I take the same toe on the same line, now my other foot is turned out, slightly different angle, probably a little more, and the line goes through the middle of the other foot rather than it being lined up with the heel. There are other differences too in that my hips in diagonal double dragons will be squared up with that front toe, one that's turned out, whereas in hit the tiger, may or may not be, depending on the move. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about it again specifically in the saber form with the slice up and the slice down. I think in that one, the problem is not usually, well, anyway, when we get there, we'll get there. Okay, so let's review our repulse monkeys and slant flying at the end of them. And then we will take a look at something else. So, from Golden Rooster, stands on the right leg. Repulse monkeys 1, turn to the right. Reach back with the left. Touch the heel down, shift the weight, turn the toes. Follow through. Turn at the waist. Sink elbows, feel your balance. Step back. Shift back. Turn. Follow through. Sink elbows. Step back. Shift back. Turn. Follow through. Circle. Step. Turn toes, shift weight, turn toes. Let's continue. Lift hands. White crane. Brush knee. Okay, let's do that same set of moves 2 more times. Feel substantial on the right leg as you turn, until suddenly you're substantial on the left leg and you turn. Keep your weight there, don't overturn. Feel substantial on the left leg as you step, until suddenly you feel substantial on the right leg and turn. And follow through. And sink elbows. And feel substantial switch to the left and turn. Follow through. Feel your balance over the left as you step, reach, touch, turn toes. Feel substantial, suddenly switch to the right, and then turn. And then become a little heavier as you follow through, and then suddenly you're on the left and you turn. And down. So you feel your substantial shift. And remain. And remain. And remain. And remain. And then switch. And more intense. And, oh, almost did the next move. One more time. Repulse monkeys 1. Repulse monkeys 2. Repulse monkeys 3. Slant flying. You might hear diagonal flying. Lift hands. White crane spreads wings. Brush knee push. And nothing yet. Okay, I don't think we talked about that lift hands. I don't know, it's tough to talk about. Either we didn't talk about it or I've just blocked it out of my memory because it's hard to talk about. I'll talk about it again, assuming we have it. Before that, slant flying reminded me of one, oh, I'm snacking. Slant flying reminded me, or why I'm snapping, of one more thing. And that is, there is that lean forward when you step back and turn and shift. And then there's this, it feels like I'm lifting at the end. Make sure you're not intentionally lifting your body up. It's not like I was trying to be low and then when I come out of it, I come up, right? What it is that I'm sunk down on this left leg and I keep sunk down on that left leg while my right toes turn out, and I keep sunk down while I shift. And then as I turn, this left leg straightens, and when it straightens, it naturally lifts my body up somewhat, even though I didn't come up off my right leg really. So that'll actually help. It's part of the sinking, part of the leaning, and it'll help you get the upness, which will be in the application. And if you get the upness in the application from the wrong place, it hurts. So the upness in the application from the leg, you'll feel it happen. You'll feel it when it's not correct, and you won't feel it when you do it correctly. Sorry if that makes it confusing. You won't feel it as pressure, as pain, as effort when you do it correctly. It'll feel easy. Jumping around a little bit, lift hands. Watch lift hands. You know, I'll share that I struggle a little bit with how to best teach this. and I try to exaggerate different elements and it starts looking goofy. And then when it's internalized, it kind of looks like nothing, but you can't teach nothing. You have to teach something to get there. So let's talk through it as if we were beginners in a beginner class. This could be in a beginner class, you know, in a different world, we could have a different form. So if we were going to go through it together from the end of slant flying, here's our hit the tiger feet, where if I were on the line, there's the toe and the heel on the same line. So from here, you're already more on the right than on the left, but you have to remember you would get here with some kind of momentum. Even if you're balanced, you have rotational turning momentum to the right. All right. So if that momentum kept going, you'll go off to the right. Instead of coming up though, we'll sink down. So here we are, there's our slant flying, and then we'll have a sinking down momentum to keep coming in. Touch the toe, touch the ball, set the heel down in your normal lift hands angle, which might be confusing, but it's 60 degrees. As soon as you do shift to your left, turn to your left, it's subtle. And the arms will kind of come down a little bit because it's lift hands, they have to lift. Then you turn and they lift, and you come forward, and it's exactly the same from when they lift throughout the rest of the move. Let's do that again, just in case that wasn't clear. It was a little wordy. So, feel your weight on your right, imagine your momentum, splitting. Oh, and remember the momentum had that lifting feeling, but then it comes in, and you shift, the arms come down, then you turn, the arms come up, heel, and they come forward. And it seems like too much. It seems like too much to happen when you do the form. One more time like that. Follow through. Touch, shift, lower, turn, open, heel, down. From the front, I don't know if this will help or not. Oh wait, let me give you context. Follow through. Touch, shift, turn, come down. It's kind of a random angle, kind of 3/4. So that's lift hands. Maybe if you saw it with some momentum, so. Less happens, right? Slant fly. Yeah, we'll keep working on it. If you have some question about it, that might help me figure out what's missing from your understanding, if anything at all is. Let me know. I'll try to help. Okay, enough on lift hands. We've all done this. Let's move up to needle at C bottom, and that'll be really our new move for the day. Yeah, we may do fan through back. I'm going to keep moving until someone says, "Oh, we're going too fast. I need help on this," because otherwise it doesn't make sense to record the same class. But I don't want anyone to feel left behind, and I want you to be able to continue to participate because my own class has been a good thing for me to have. I really enjoyed just I do it from home too. I don't do my own class in the school, right? So it's been good to have that consistency of training. So I'm rambling. Let's take a look at needle at C bottom. Brush knee push is the starting position. Here it is. Brush knee push. And what do? Oh, here's more following through with that sinking follow through feel. So you're going to sink and follow through. Take the foot in a little. It feels a little bit like the feet of playing guitar. And yeah, here's your brush knee push. Follow through, put the foot in, and when you follow through, let the arms come together. For the application, the hand will connect. They may not connect. They may just kind of move together in the move. Yeah, you don't want to, anyway. So follow through, the hands come together, foot comes in. Now shift back and rock up in the body. So you feel your weight come to the back leg, and from the hips to the top of the head is almost like a lever lifting up. Don't go over too far, you'll feel the extent of your backwards limit. then sink and lever down in a similar way that you just levered up. Reset. Follow through. Arms come forward, touch the heel down, shift back, rock up, sink, come forward. There'll be the hands will sort of naturally rotate down. You can stretch through the fingers. That'll help. One more time. Follow through. Step up. You got your new footing. Shift back, lever up in the upper body. Sink back, sit back, lean forward. Needle at sea bottom, or picking up the needle from the bottom of the sea. The application when we do it in class is a chin na, a joint lock. Someone grabs our wrists and we connect to them and then do this sort of circular thing and put them in some pain. Not exactly like the move in the form, but the power is coming from the same place and the movement's very close. So, needle at sea bottom. Let's see it from the other side. I would recommend not doing this along with me. So you follow through, step up. And it's subtle, I say that a lot. Put the heel down, and then when I shift my weight back, I'm gonna rock up a little bit. Now notice it's not too much, I feel off balance, I feel tucked still, and it almost feels like I'm gonna be in a white crane or something for a second. It rocks up, and then sinks. And when I sink, I bend the leg, I come forward, down, keep your head suspended, keep your tuck. From right at you, follow through, touch, rock, rock. Now, should we practice it a little bit? Do you have any questions? Should we practice it? Do you have questions? Let's practice it and see if you think of any questions. Needle at sea bottom, begin. Follow through. Touch. Feel your new substantial rock back, up, sink. When you're at your low, feel that, look for all your normal stuff. Your right knee out, your pelvis tucked, your head suspended. There will be some pressure in the left foot, but I'm not shifting onto it. It's just my weight is sinking, so some pressure goes into it. Still most is on the right back leg. Reset. I say practice, then I just talk. Follow through. Back. Down. Reset. Follow through. Shift back. Rock. Sink. So, I sometimes talk about the two circles of needle at sea bottom. Circles that aren't really there, but you can kind of feel them happen in little ways. So I'm gonna make it obviously wrong, but show you where the circles are in an obviously wrong fashion. So the circles are in this direction, in this plane, I should say, where I'm coming up, around, and back is what it feels like. So there's this circle like that, like coming up and then back forward. So there's that circle right there. And then there's a little circle coming to my left and then down to my right. So if I was facing you, it would be a little bit like this, while it was also going like this. Now, the circle is just expressed in the wrist because of leverage in the hips. So when I come forward, there's the hip leveraging it back, and then it's going to come, and I'm going to leverage it forward and down. And then there's a little bit of coming forward, following through comes to my left a little bit. I'm not trying to go left, but when I follow through, it naturally comes that way a little bit. And when I rock back, it comes up in my center. And when I sink, it's just on my right because it's connected to the right. It's not way out there. It's just small, it's little, and it should basically feel like you're in front by the time you, like in front of you by the time you get down. The left foot sometimes bothers people. It may come in depending how low you sink. So if I do it without sinking very low, no need. If I sink low, it might come back in. Because my hips are going back. I'm not trying to pull it in, but my hips are sitting back to give the leverage forward and down. Similar question to slant flying about leaning and sinking comes into play here. So I don't want to sink without lean. Ow, hurts. I don't want to lean without sink. Doesn't hurt as much, but it's off balance. I do want to sink and lean together. Feels good, feels balanced, feels aligned. Okay. No question. I didn't hear any questions. So if you were yelling it at the screen and I couldn't hear you through it, then send it another way and we'll answer it next class. Let's go one more time from Golden Rooster through the needle at C bottom, just for practice to lock it in, and we'll preview fan through back for next class. Begin repulse monkeys 1. Repulse monkeys 2. Repulse monkeys 3. Slant flying. Lift hands. Strike with shoulder, white crane spreads wings. Brush knee push. Needle at C bottom. I'm going to slow down just for you guys and girls. Hand through back, preview. Rock back upright, step with the left, shift forward. Right hand by the temple, left like you were doing single lift. And release. Okay, I hope that was enough of a workout, enough of a lecture, hopefully the right balance of all that. Questions, comments, suggestions are always welcome for format, as well as for how to do a move or anything else. Let's do that set of moves one more time. This time though, extra challenge. Oh man, there's a few fun ways to go with this. Let's just do the standard extra challenge of try to catch yourself looking down and not do it. So even if you don't have perfect head suspended yet, begin the practice of editing out your foot checks. This is me. This is something I've had to do with my own Tai Chi. So let's do it one more time. Don't watch your feet. Don't look down. It's like you're on the ladder. Don't look down. You're climbing the mountain. Don't look down. Begin. Repulse monkeys 2. Repulse monkeys 3. Hopefully you're wondering what your feet look like, but you don't know. Slant flying. Hopefully you're wondering, what shoes did I wear? I don't know, I can't see my feet. Lift hands. Don't look, trust your foot placement. White crane spreads wings. Don't look, you've got okay feet, don't worry. Brush knee push. Don't look, don't look. Needle at C bottom, don't look. I've got a mirror, I know it's cheating, but don't look. And try it, I guess. Fan through back. Now, Did you look at your feet? It's okay if you did. Even if you just made progress towards noticing when you look at your feet. That's a good first step. Let's do our life skill. We're about out of time. We'll bow out, and Master's Path will start on time. The path of self-mastery requires a focused mind. Focused mind sees no obstacles. The path of self-mastery requires a focused mind. A focused mind sees no obstacles. The path of self-mastery requires a focused mind. A focused mind sees no obstacles. Black Sash training dismissed. Bow to each other across the inner tubes.